Did anyone see what I did? Oh, with the clicker. When I came and smiled at you, I dropped my clicker. We had such a good smile that we dropped the clicker. All right, now, when you've got the akabanga, okay, when you've got your essence, your experience ethos, you've decided these are the emotions I want to evoke, then you must take it to the rest of the organization. Right, so you must take it like a sneeze and sneeze on everyone. Right, it must be contagious. So let me show you a few things here. I challenge a lot of brands to say, is your brand lovable? Because for people to love your brand, they've got to take personal risk, right? They've got to bring their ideas. They've got to bring their emotions. They've got to bring their craft. They've got to give you their time, right? And they bring some of their emotions. Unless when they go through the turnstile, you actually have a box there and you say, okay, keep all your emotions in this box until you're done working. I've worked for companies like that as well, where emotions are not really welcome, you know. You know, we are actuaries and accountants. We don't do emotions. And I go, ooh, there's something that's going to bubble over sometime. So is your brand lovable? Now, here's a few brands that are lovable. I'm not going to ask you to reveal what you have tattooed anywhere, right? But this is saying, I'm different, right? This is saying, I align with what they believe. I believe what they believe, right? And I'm not afraid to wear that on my, whatever that is, backside. All right, then this one. This one says, I'm part of a tribe, right? It stands for something. It's not a motorcycle. It's not a motorcycle, it's a religion, right? It says something about the people that you spend your time with. So, I think what's happened with a lot of brands, they've lost their heart and they become very transactional, right? Most employees, it's just an employee number. A customer is just a customer number, right? And I'm looking at you because my hope is in you that you will help start this revolution of putting the heart back into the way we do business. Now, if we lose focus and we start prioritizing profit over people, bad things will happen. Maybe not immediately, but bad things will eventually happen, right? If I say to you, people turnover in your company, most people are going to say, that's quite high, right? In this marketplace, maybe there's not such a lot of opportunity. So what happens when people leave? They go somewhere else. And we lose incredible talent when people move to other countries. So we really want to create workplaces where people can practice their craft, where they feel energized to do their work. So how do we do that? If we look at why people have lost their purpose, we need to go and find the root cause, right? And a lot of it is people managed by fear. They, instead of inspire, they tell these stories of bad things are going to happen, right? Instead of shifting it to courageous stories of also celebrating failure, because we will have failures, right? We can't learn without failure. So when we don't mitigate those things, what happens with people is they stay, but they disconnect, right? Which means they go on autopilot. On autopilot, you burn the least energy. You get the least disappointed and hurt. So that's why people switch to autopilot, right? I've been on autopilot before, right? When you get really hurt in the workplace, you go, oh, you know what? I'm just going to do what's absolutely required. No discretionary effort, right? I'm not going to put my heart into this because it's too dangerous. Okay, so, or I'm half connected and nearing burnout. So I'm still trying, but I'm so tired, right? I just work from holiday to holiday. Oh, please let it be December, right? Because things slow down a little bit. Or I leave to find love. And some of you might resonate with this, but I've left companies to go and find love with another company with a massive promise that this time it's going to be better. And then after 2 weeks there, I go, oh, what have I done? Does that mean the laugh means you've done it? Yeah. Okay. I was so scared I was going to be alone in this, right? And then you have buyer's remorse, right? Yeah. And a career is not it's too difficult you can't reverse it, right? There's no money back guarantee. Hey, I'm sorry I left you guys. Can I come back? I've done that too. But I let some time go by, right? If you let some time go by, maybe they miss you enough so that they forgive what you said in your exit interview. Have you said some crazy things in your exit interviews? All right, so it's important that we understand what's gonna happen here. So when that happens, customer experience and the product experience suffers, right? So some CEOs come to us, they go, oh, our people, they're so demotivated. They're so lazy. They're so incompetent. And I go, like, all of them. I go, and how about your leadership? You know? So when someone says that to me, I know there's cultural issues, and I know it's a leadership problem. It's not a people problem, right? But sometimes the leaders are totally out of their depth. Sometimes they don't know how to fix this. Right, so let me give you the little bit of the recipe. The most important thing is that a brand stands for something. And I think especially financial services, just give me an idea again. You have a harder time, right? Because when you work with people's money, you struggle sometimes to get the purpose into it. Right. You want to give people more money, they want more money. And sometimes we lose the purpose in the fact that we're working with a monetary product. All right. Then it's important that you really focus on how do you want to make your customers feel. Because you do give them peace of mind, right? If they have money, it's better to put it in the bank than under your bed, right? If you don't have money, it's better to lend it from a reputable organization that is controlled by, you know, the proper compliance and regulations, right? So it's important to give your people something to aspire to, something that they can feel proud of. So if you blend your purpose and your values, right? And values is a very interesting thing, right? I mean, I see service delivery on people's values, and I go, that's not a value. Service delivery is not a value, right? If I lead my life with love, and caring is a value for me, right? Caring, because it becomes a compass for me to say, if I have to make this difficult decision around my team, can I do it in a caring way? That doesn't mean that I'm never going to lay someone off, but can I do it in a caring way? Can I start them on a coaching program? Can I give them a proper letter of recommendation? Can I connect them with people where they can continue their career? Do you see what I mean? It's not that I'm not going to make difficult decisions, but if caring is my guide, I do it in a way that is caring. We recently restructured, we shut down our consulting unit, and we had to let people go, right? We worked with both an attorney and our accountants to say, how can we maximize whatever severance we're paying them? Can we get them tax breaks, right? Can we make sure that financially we put them in the absolute best position than what we can? Was it sad for me? Hell yes, it was sad, right? Was it difficult for me? Did I lay awake at night? Yes, but what did I do? My values guided me, that of caring, being compassionate, doing it with love, right? So when your people believe it and they feel it, then good things happen, but the leaders kind of need to go first. And sometimes I worked for leaders that didn't necessarily go first. That's not a reason for you to give up, right? Because you can be a catalyst. And wherever you are in the hierarchy right now, You know, I was joking about the president being here next door yesterday. Amantle will tell you. They came here and the president was here, and I said, no, it's like we organized him. And you know what? I'm going to invite him over to this room with the Brand Warrior intake that was here, our scholarship brand warriors who absolutely fought for their place in the Brand Warrior program. I said, Mr. President, this is your cabinet. 2032, these are going to be your cabinet ministers that sit in this room because they are leaders. They're hungry, right? They want to lead with values. They want to lead with healthy cultural practices in the organization, right? And I want to say exactly the same for you. Even if your leaders are not going first, I'm looking at you because I'm seeing a whole lot of CEOs sitting in this room that can be the people who go first. So if you're not first at the moment, watch this space. And especially for our Brand Warrior candidates, right? Many of the Botswana people that have been through Brand Warrior,